Hey, what's up, guys? Will here with round 3 for our Sunday, April 18th, 2021 locals at the Game Shop in Tilling Park, Illinois. This round we've got Blue Imperialdramon going up against our Ragnazu from the last round. We're going to wait for them to shuffle up. I just want to remind everybody that voiceovers aren't going to be normal. I'm only going to really do them when there's too much audio in the background or there's lots of discussion, I'll say, happening in the background about other things. Ideally, I want everybody to watch these matches live as if you were there watching in person, so you can hear the players talking and calling out their plays and discussing or interacting with one another. So we're just getting everything shuffled up here, cutting each other's decks. Both players agree that the eggs are fine. Ragna's gonna roll Snake Eyes, so Imperialdramon's gonna go ahead and go first. Get our security set up. Good luck fist bump from both players. Alright, so we're gonna hatch Restand Demi Vmon, hatching into Vmon. And then it looks like we're just gonna go ahead and... I'm not sure why he digivolved into the X Vmon instead of just playing the rookie. Because he had probably the best opener that you could ask for. He had rookie X Vmon and Vmon, so... We're gonna go ahead and see Zoo hatch the jamming Demi Vmon and go ahead and play the Digivolve into Gabumon and then play the Machinedramon. So getting that blocker set up right away against Imperialdramon. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Gabumon. Machinedramon's so good against Imperialdramon because they have to have the Imperialdramon. They can't get any value out of the Dino Beamon and Imperialdramon. Forces them to have their Imperialdramon to be able to even attempt to get over the Machinedramon. So we're just gonna see the blue player just start going wide. It's gonna go ahead and call out the Elecmon and then Digivolve the Gabumon into Gorillamon and Digivolve the Elecmon into Grizzlymon, going to pass one memory. Gonna go ahead and swing and then block with the Grizzlymon. Now, the Megazoo just thinks about swinging at the Grizzlymon and then reconsiders. It looks like he's considering playing another Machinedramon. He is going to make a misplay here. Neither of them catch this, but he thought about playing the Machinedramon for so long that when he Digivolved into Millenniummon, he thought that the effect was the Digivolve effect on 2 Digimon. And that's actually going to pretty much cost him this game later down, because it leaves an extra body on board for the Imperialdramon player, and it lets him Digivolve into Frigimon instead of there being just being a Gorillamon right there. We're gonna go ahead and Digivolve into the Gorillamon. And the other thing is now there's no blocker on this side. Here, this was just a huge misplay. I don't know if it was necessarily a misplay, but if you're gonna swing before Digivolving anything, I'm not sure why you'd play the Hammer Spark. It just doesn't make much sense to me to play the Hammer Spark before swinging with everything first, just in case something like that happened, because now you're down a Hammer Spark for not really any good reason. So I think he's deciding on whether or not he's going to Digivolve up the Gorillamon into Imperialdramon, or if he's just going to Hammer Spark, play Davis, and then do that. But it looks like he's going to do that, swing. And I believe he's just going to go ahead and... see, there, I don't know why you'd Hammer Spark here either. Against Megazoo, it really doesn't matter if you're going to put them at 2 or 3. They're most likely just going to hard drop something anyways. So I would have much rather saved at least that Hammer Spark. Instead of just trying to choke them at 2, you're playing against Mega Zoo. I don't see any reason to trying to choke them that hard like that. Because all we're going to see now is just a Machinedramon come out and put him to 10 versus 9. I think we're just going to end up seeing a Puppetmon come down. I'm not sure why he didn't hatch here, by the way. Okay, so a little time had gone by, but he hadn't performed any other actions, so it's perfectly fine that he hatches right there. Gonna go ahead and swing with the Gabumon. After digivolving into the Vmon, checks the Alter S. Gabumon is very, very deleted. Same as with the Gorillamon, checking the Millenniumon. And yeah, we're just going to see a puppet play from Imperialdramon. And realistically, I just don't see... I don't believe that there's, there's no way that, especially after checking a Hammer Spark, that there's any way Ragna's going to be able to, Ragnazu's going to come back from that. So we're going to go ahead and get game 2 started. Or prepped up at least. Personally, right now, with so many people playing Imperialdramon, I'm not the biggest fan of Puppetmon in the deck. I don't know exactly what they're discussing here. I think they're discussing if he would have been able to stop him from losing next turn. I think that that's what's happening. Oh no, what's happening is they're discussing the misplay about the Millenniumon triggering Machinedramon effect instead of its own effect. So, but with a lot of people playing Imperialdramon in the meta right now, and as people are going to continue playing Imperialdramon, I don't think Puppetmon is as good as people think. Puppetmon is essentially a dead card against Imperialdramon, in the deck in general. It doesn't matter if they have a bunch of rested stuff and you rest them, because all it takes is them, digivolving into XVmon to restand, or digivolving into Imperialdramon to restand all of their jamming Digimon. So it effectively just gives them a lot of memory to be able to work with. So I personally much prefer playing green Imperialdramon. If the deck feels better to me with green Imperialdramon, I'd have to test a lot more to determine whether or not I would actually play Puppetmon or not. It really just depends on what the meta looks like, or what you think the meta is going to look like going into a bigger tournament. If you don't think there's going to be a lot of Imperialdramon, I think Puppetmon is actually a very good card to play with in the deck, because of Davis being able to add it. But if you do think that there's going to be quite a bit of Imperialdramon, I'd recommend just not playing Puppet, or just maybe playing one, because you don't want that many dead cards in your deck against the mirror. But we're gonna go ahead and see Ragnazu start off. He got his ideal opening, I believe, of the Vmon and the Raising Air at the Gabumon, and we're just gonna see again. I don't agree with the Hammer Sparking here. It really just doesn't do much. I just play the Grizzlymon and save your Hammer Spark. There's no 12 drop that he's going to play right now, unless it's his only 12 or his only Digimon to play. It's like he's not going to drop Machinedramon here unless it's his only Digimon to play. So we're going to go ahead and move the Vmon up. And then he's just going to play the Briwaludramon and pass over 9 memory. You're going to Digivolve into the Pyildramon. Going to go ahead and swing and check security. Checks the Gabumon. We're going to go ahead and go into Imperialdramon. Get all of our swings in with Imperialdramon. This is just why Imperialdramon's so good. the 3-turn attack, the 3-attack turn is just very, very strong, especially when you don't check any options that are going to get rid of the Imperialdramon. And then we're just going to see blocker come down. And I believe he has double Ragna, or he has Ragna and an Alteress in hand, but he does not have the other piece for the Ragna, I believe. He's going to hatch the Demi Vmon and Digivolve into Gabumon. I'm going to swing with the Gabumon. Hammer Sparking, going to 0. And then we're just going to Digivolve into Millenniumon and put the Imperialdramon back on the bottom of the deck. So we're going to go ahead and go to 6. I don't know. I understand that he like for this whole time he doesn't have rookies, but I don't know why he's just not hatching a Digi-Egg. I'm really just not sure about why he's not doing that. I couldn't give you a good reason. Again, I don't understand why he's oh wait, no, okay, because the Millenniumon has blocker because of Imperialdramon. I was like, why? I wasn't sure why he wasn't attacking with the Imperialdramon before swinging, but that's because the Millenniumon has blocker. And this would be a very strong turn for him right now if he still had that Hammer Spark from turn 1, because he'd be able to have this board and then play Puppetmon to rest the Millenniumon, which would be a very, very big play right here. So this is one of the matchups where you can see the power of Puppetmon and Imperialdramon. I may record a match, just a casual match where we play an Imperialdramon mirror, and one of us plays Puppetmon and one of us plays Green Imperialdramon, just to showcase how Puppetmon typically is not very good in the mirror. Obviously, it can be good if they don't have anything really to work with, but more often than not, they're going to have a way to capitalize on all that memory you give them. So we're just going to see a huge field now from Ragnazu. I'm going to go ahead and draw off the Vmon, check, I believe it was Frigimon, or no, it was X-Vmon. We're going to swing with the Gabumon, check Gabumon, swing with Gabumon, check Vmon. And I believe here he is going to, so we see that he does have the Kaiser Nail and he does have an Alteress. So I believe he swings with the Millenniumon to check that last security. And then we should see him Kaiser Nail out the Imperialdramon, and then play the Alteress and just clear the board of everything but the Grizzlymon underneath Imperialdramon. And yes, that is exactly what we're going to see. And at this point, I do not see how he is going to come back from this. So he does go to 6, which is important. Going to Digivolve into Dino Beamon. And this is just another turn where, or another time where just, Puppetmon is just a very, very strong card against deck, against any other deck, really. So now we're just thinking about what the best course of action is on Black's or Megazoo's side. He knows he has to put something on board or else he will lose. So he's just going to go ahead and drop the Machinedramon and put him 2-4. And I believe at this point, this is just another situation where if he had some of those hammer sparks he played before. I believe he has only played one this game though. But it's very clear that there's no way Imperialdramon's going to win this game. There's no way he's getting 3 attacks in over Machinedramon. The only way he possibly could have won was if he had that hammer spark from earlier and the Ragnazu blocked the Puppetmon with a Machinedramon. But our Zoo player knows better than to block that, because if he does, then he does allow game with a hammer spark digivolving into a Pyldramon or Dino Beamon and then Imperialdramon for the 3 checks. So yep, we're going to go ahead and go to game 3. Sorry, he would have had Pyldramon to be able to win there, but regardless, the Zoo player understood the situation and did not block with the Machinedramon there. Because there's no way that he could swing with the Dino Beam or the Imperialdramon the Pyldramon if he would have had it, because it would have just gotten blocked by the Machinedramon. So at best he gets another one security check, because he's going to have to digivolve straight away into Imperialdramon, swing, and if it's Pyldramon, restand, swing, and then that's just only 2 checks anyways, so there's just no reason to even block at that point. Getting everything all shuffled up and cut, getting our security set up, drawing our hands, and we're going to go ahead and see what happens in this game 3 with Imperialdramon starting off. We're going to hatch the Restand Demi Vmon, hatching into the Restand Vmon. I really don't like either of these cards in Imperialdramon. I would much rather just have an Upamon instead of the Restand Demi Vmon. I think it comes up much more. Especially if you're not playing green Imperialdramon, that plus 1000 really is not going to come up that much from the Demi Vmon. We're going to see the hatch from the Demi Vmon into the Vmon on Zoo's side and playing the High Andromon. We're going to see... Sorry, I just had some stuff pop up on the computer for some reason. We're going to see him digivolve into the Grizzlymon, into the Pyldramon in the raising area to protect it. And then we're going to hard play the Elecmon, check the Durandamon with the Gabumon. I believe we're just going to go ahead and play Davis just to secure that 3 memory for next turn. And we are going to see the Imperialdramon get revealed off of the Davis, which is really big because he did not have Imperialdramon to begin with. So right now it's looking very, very strong from Imperialdramon at the current moment. We're going to see a Hammer Spark get checked from the Vmon, putting Zoo to 2. And then we're going to see the Ragna. Yeah, we're gonna. I don't think that the blue player had played against Ragna yet, so I think he misunderstood what was happening right there. So Zoo's just he puts the Durandamon underneath it right away, just to not even bother moving the memory marker. Realistically, the only time you should move the memory marker is if you don't have the piece in hand already and you're trying to see if you draw it. So we're going to go ahead and get that double security check in from Ragna, checking a Grizzlymon and an Elecmon. And then we still have 2 memory to work with. Ragna is just such a very, very strong card right now. I really enjoy playing Black Ragna. I like it a little more than Red, only because Set 1.0 showed us that the whole one-shot security stack type of decks usually will get that one-shot security off, but they usually can't seal the game after that. And it's just, I prefer the playing more of the blocker centric version and the control board based version with the de-digivolving from the Ragna pieces in black, especially because it has a very good matchup against most decks, and then it has a very good matchup against Ricky Rush. But we're going to see the Imperialdramon come out, swing at security, check the Gabumon, digivolve into the Imperialdramon, get all of our checks in, because the Ragna does not have blocker because there is a high Andromon underneath it. Going to Hammer Spark to go up to 7. And here, the Imperialdramon player, he Hammer Sparks and he thinks about playing the Cocytus Breath here. He realizes that there are 5 security checks currently on board, and playing the Cocytus Breath just is not the correct play here. He puts himself to 7 and realizes that he can't. Both players realize that he cannot play the Puppamon because he only has. He doesn't have the extra memory, and he realizes here that he should have just played the Puppamon and suspended the Ragnalord so that way the Imperialdramon doesn't get cleared by the Ragna. And here we're just going to see him understand that he loses and concedes the game here. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.